Okay, in the previous problem, we ran into one where the discriminant was less than 0. So I need to get the microphone up here close to me. Anyway, in the previous problem, we worked a problem where the discriminant was less than 0. Let's see what happens in this next one. Even though we haven't talked about complex numbers, I thought I would just throw that one there at you. Okay? Because we'll be getting into complex numbers in the previous section. Okay, let's take a look at what we got next here. We have a quadratic equation of 2x squared plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. So once again, we got to remember that quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and it's all over 2a. Okay? Now remember, in general, it was ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. We derived up the quadratic formula by completing the square. Right? Remember that a cannot be equal to 0. Right? So here we go. First off, let's look at this. This is our discriminant. Let's take a look at that real quick. So here is, well, first I guess we should probably write our a, which happens to be 2. Our b, which there's assumed to be a 1 there, coefficient of 1, and c is going to be negative 1, and I guess I should write c here. And let's try to clean that up. That looks like an element symbol there. So c is equal to negative 1. If we looked at our discriminant, okay, we have b squared, which is 2 squared, minus 4 times a, wait a minute, whoa, what am I doing here? Okay, b, which is 1, so that's 1 squared, minus 4 times, looking at one of my problems here. Okay, we need to continue on here. 1 squared minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 1. So what is the discriminant? We have 1. So here's a negative. Well, it looks like an equal sign now. There's a negative and a negative. That makes that a positive. So this is going to be plus 4 times 2 times 1 is 8, which happens to equal to 9. So up here, we're in this category where the discriminant is greater than 0. Okay, so that's good. Mess those imaginary numbers again. All right. So let's go ahead and plug all this in. So we have x is equal to, so b is 1, so we're going to have negative 1, plus or minus the square root. Now we've already calculated the inside here of the square root, which happens to be 9. So let's just go ahead and put that right there. Not have to redo that again. And then 2 times a, which is 2. Okay. Whoa, too far. So we have x is equal to negative 1 plus or minus. Now the square root of 9 is 3, and it's all over 4. However, remember, we're going to have a plus and a minus solution here. So we have x is equal to negative 1 plus 3 over 4, which is going to reduce down to negative 1 plus 3 is 2, and 2 over 4 is a half. So there's one solution. we have negative 1 minus 3. Okay, as you can see here, the minus over 4. That's equal to negative 1 minus 3 is negative 4. Negative 4 over 4 is negative 1. Okay, that reduces down to negative 1. So these are our two solutions to the quadratic equation. And you can plug those in and check them out. So the left-hand side should be equal to 0. All right, well, that's 5 minutes. I think we'll stop there. And we'll look at a few more of these type of problems. See you in the next video.